What is happening? Hello? 3.5. Perform basic matrix operations.
I like the word basic.
How many more chapters are we going to get through before the semester's over?
Before the semester's over?
Yeah.
We're supposed to get through chapter 5, but last year I only got through chapter 4, so
Do we start?
at least one more, just depending on how things fall and if there's like, bless you, if there's other like quarantine issues or anything like that, because that's kind of what happened. And we started a week late, so like I'm not expecting to get past chapter 4.
Does Trick start like when we come back from Christmas?
Yeah, but like last year, since like we came back and there was a whole bunch of quarantines, I like held off on trig until we weren't quarantined anymore, because it's really hard to teach trig if you're quarantined.
Right.
So why is this thing being so jumpy? What is happening? All right, so some definitions. A matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. What is going on? I think I need to update my iPad or something. I don't know what's happening. The dimensions. Okay, we say dimensions when we're talking about like how many rows and how many columns. Okay, just like you would say like, oh, the dimensions of this room are blah blah blah. We do the same thing with a matrix. So it's m rows by n columns. I swear my iPad is having a mind of its own right now, and I don't know
It's
why.
having a stroke.
It literally is.
Hmm?
Is it left-handed?
Is it left-handed?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the pencil's like close to being dead. That could be it.
Christian says left-handed people used to be right-handed, but they had a stroke.
There. I'm
Well,
just
then
going
again, he
for-
also believes babies aren't real people, so
That's a good point.
I take what he says for
He
a grain
says
of
they
salt.
can't speak to defend themselves, so he wins.
And so I was like, what about mute people? He was like, well, they're not people either. I was like, he also wants to be homeless when he grows up.
He got to speak on that for the 1 minute box.
No way.
No, he didn't.
He
On what?
did.
Wait,
Homelessness.
No, he wants to be homeless?
They make a lot of money.
He said he would have a water. He would have a
No,
waterfront
there was one that
property.
somebody stopped to like talk to them, and they were like, "Excuse me, can you please move? You're interrupting my $200 an hour that I normally get."
Oh. Whoa.
I was like,
That's
"Okay."
the hustle.
The hustle.
All right, so just an example here of what a matrix like looks like, and just the description here. So I've got 4, -1, 5, and when I like read a matrix off, I'm always gonna read starting at the top row and go across, and then I'm gonna like move down and then read it across that way. So like this one, I would read 4, -1, 5, then 0, 6, 3.
I don't under what
The matrix.
the brackets. I don't even know.
All right, so here there are 2 rows. That looked bad. I'm gonna try again. Good enough. 3 columns. What the heck is happening? And so we would say this has 2 rows, 3 columns, so this is a 2 by 3 matrix.
It's not hard.
It's
Yeah,
not.
'cause it's
It
basic
just
ma-
looks weird. I'm just
because
like,
we're,
what?
Because we're on
is
basic matrix.
that? Basic, yeah.
Okay, that just means like add, subtract, like not multiply, not divide. I don't think multiplication and division is in this section. Well, basic multiplication is, but like multiplying 2 matrices times each other is very different than multiplying like 2 times a matrix.
I still don't know what matrix is.
Is matrices
Well,
the
I
plural?
still-
Okay, it's a way to solve equations with unknowns. So it'll allow us, like, that's ultimately what we're going for. Like, all the stuff you just had on your quiz, we could do with a calculator.
Oh, so is this the easier way that you were referencing?
Oh.
There is some stuff you have to do by hand, but, like, if I'm asking you to, like, solve, there's an easier way that, like, I'll show you with this. So, all right, so if there are two matrices, okay, and matrice is the plural of
Okay.
matrix.
I thought it was matrices, to be honest.
So if they're equal, then it must have dimensions. This thing is irritating me. I don't know if it's because it's plugged in or what. Dimensions must be the same. And elements in corresponding positions are equal. So by that, what we mean is if we had -2, 4, 1, 3 is equal to x, 4, y, 3. Okay, both of these are 2 by 2. Okay, 2 rows, 2 columns. So then if they're in the same position, so like both top left, well, here, let me use top right, 4 is equal to 4, okay? Bottom right, 3 is equal to 3. So then that would say that the top left and the bottom left have to be the same. So x is equal to -2 and y is equal to 1. And so that's how we could solve if you're missing a piece. This is, outside of trig, probably my like most favorite thing to do in math. Just fun fact.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
Closing them.
Yes.
All right, adding matrices. So with this, we had something like A, B, C, D plus E, F, G, H. This would be equal to, it's still going to give you a 2 by 2. Okay, you add the things together that are in the same position. So we would have A plus E, B plus F, C plus G, and D plus H. Yep.
But it would be actual numbers.
Well, yeah, there would be like actual numbers there, but yes. And like your calculator obviously can do this for you if it can do the harder stuff, but I make you do this stuff by hand.
Okay.
Subtracting matrices. So again, A, B, C, D minus E, F, G, H. Okay, it's going to look the same, just anywhere there was a positive sign in the other one, there's going to be a negative sign. So A minus E, B minus F, C minus G, and D minus H. Are you sick?
Oh, well, I was getting over like a cold this weekend, but I think I'm fine now.
Yay.
I think
She's recovering.
I think Garrett's thing has gotten sick. He was like coughing.
That and sleep deprivation probably don't.
Yes.
Like, well,
Sleep deprivation.
Deprivation. I can't.
if I went, I want to go so bad. I'm gonna go next year, but I'm just gonna have to be sick for 3 days.
Hopefully we get the jump place again this year and next year.
Where are you going? Oh, Reverb.
Yeah,
I don't
think
want
I'm
to do
gonna go next year.
that laser tag.
Laser tag was so
It was so
bad.
Why don't you just
We
roller skate?
waited for like
Because we didn't want to roll
an hour and a
roller
half
skating.
just to play our 2-minute.
2-minute
2
game.
minutes?
Yeah.
Because you get your ticket to like wait in line to do your laser
You
tag.
know, what laser tag we're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you're
but,
talking about the one
like-
at like the fun. It's like the.
Fun Quest with the.
Yeah, I was like, it's not
Because
called Fun Spot. That's
all
the one you go
other
to on
games
senior
took
trip.
Literally forever.
And ours
And
was
then
like 2
ours
minutes.
was like 2 minutes long.
All
Yeah.
because we were getting towards like the end of the year and like.
They were just like,
That
you're
was-
done.
What time was it? Was it like 6 a.m. or something?
Almost.
Yeah, like 6 a.m.
I mean, the rest
Well,
was
one of
fun,
like the
though.
staff members told me that like they like got there at like 7 in the morning, and then they get off at like 7 morning. That's it. So they were there for like 24 hours.
24-hour shifts? No. Oh.
I didn't think that was legal.
Well,
Like
I
unless
think
you
it's
get like
just
a like you have to have so many breaks. I guess it could be legal if you have so many
I'm pretty
breaks.
sure.
Well, then
it's
again,
just
like
a
the
one
staff
event
members,
a year.
basically the staff members were really just like playing games with us. So I guess that's a fun shift to have.
That's fair.
Just roller skate.
I played Nine Square. a
So
lot.
bad at roller
I love
skating.
9 Square.
I was in the middle so many times.
Wait, is that the one where you're like?
You have to hit the ball. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
we
so
should
fun.
install like
A 9 square
We need
thing.
a
like a
We do.
permanent one.
All right. So scalar multiplication is a real number multiplied by a matrix. So something like 2 times A, B, C, D
Is this?
is equal to. You can just lay it on my desk. Thanks. 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. Okay, so just whatever's out front, you just literally throw it in front of each number. If you are multiplying, like I said, 2 matrices together, completely different story. It's like a very weird pattern that it follows. So just remember this, the only time you're multiplying and you just throw the thing out front is literally in this scenario here. All right. Properties of matrix multiplication, or properties of matrix operations. That's what we're gonna do. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it on Google Classroom?
Here's a video.
The video that I used last year is out there, but I just had forgotten to tell y'all to watch it, so that's why we're doing it now. I'm trying to like avoid sticking my hand down on the iPad because I think that's what's causing it to jump right now.
Great.
All right, properties of matrix operations. So also, whenever we're referring to a matrix, we always label it with a capital letter. So like when I put in just a second, like capital A, capital B, that's referring to an actual matrix. Let A, B, and I will use C as well, be matrices with the same dimensions and K be a scalar. Then the associative property of addition would be A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay, it's just saying whatever order you add the matrices in, it doesn't matter. It's going to give you the same thing either way, essentially. The commutative property of addition is A plus B is equal to B plus C, or sorry, I can't talk. A plus B is equal to B plus A. too much going on right now.
Two. I'm gonna just wait until like you finish and then you can scroll to the top and I'll just start.
Distributive property. Okay, so K is a scalar, so just like how we had this 2 up here. So if I had 2 times A plus or minus B, K, just so I can only have to write it once, is equal to K times A plus or minus K times B. Alright, let's see.
Are you like recording this right now?
Yeah.
Are you gonna post this on your
Yes, but I also have the video from last year already out there. That's literally the same thing. So, and then, I mean, I'm getting ready to do examples, so you might want to write down the examples. All right, so perform the indicated operation if possible. If not possible, state the reason. Okay, so like if the dimensions aren't the same or something like that, say not possible, dimensions not the same, or whatever the case may be. So, number 4 is 5, 2, negative 1, 8 plus negative 8, 10, negative 6, 3.
You just add.
Do what?
Oh, you just add.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so both of these are 2 by 2. Okay, you don't have to write this every time, but just so you make sure you're used to looking at it. So my answer is going to be a 2 by 2, so 5 plus negative 8. And you don't have to, like, how I wrote out the, A plus E or whatever. You don't have to write that out every time. You can literally just add. So 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. 2 plus 10 is 12. Negative 1 plus negative 6 is negative 7. 8 plus 3 is 11. So that's your answer
Wait, is that it?
for that one. All right, 6, 4, negative 5, 8, 1, minus 2, negative 1.
No.
What? What'd you say?
I said no.
Okay, why?
It's not the same dimensions.
Okay, not possible. They don't have the same dimensions.
You just said no. I was so confused. I was like,
Well, that's what I thought she said, but then I was like, that's why I was like, can you say that again? All right, next one. Perform the indicated operation. So in this case, it's going to be scalar multiplication. So number 10, 2 times negative 1, 4, 3, negative 6. So we literally just multiply 2 by each spot. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. And I will say, like, this, like, semi-scary thing about this is it's so easy. It's easy to make a mistake. Like, just, like, a simple math mistake. I mean, let's be real. This is easy enough that, like, a 3rd grader could do it. Like, the adding, subtracting, multiplying. Like, once we get to the actual multiplying, like, major C times major C, absolutely not for a younger kid. But this stuff, it's just like,
Yeah.
I make so many mistakes. I'm like, oh, 2 times negative 1 is negative 3. Like, I'll add them together. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like you try too hard because it's
yeah.
set up differently.
So it's just, like, always good to go back and look. And a lot of times, like, I'll give you, especially for this stuff, I'll give you a calculator portion and a non-calculator portion. But if I gave you something on a calculator portion and you're like, this is easy enough, I don't need to plug it in, it might be good to still go back and check it with your calculator so that you can verify that like you've gotten it right. Let's see, 14 1/2 times, this is a 3 by 3, so -2, 8, 12, 20, -1, 0, -8, 10,
It's not big enough.
and 2.
Oh, dang it, I messed up.
What'd you do?
I drew my bracket too.
Is that 0?
No,
Yeah.
It's really sad. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, same. I did the same thing.
Mine's only covering the first 3 numbers.
I think we're all struggling.
Yeah, but let's get down here.
Alright, let's try to figure this out.
I think they're all like even except for
Alright, so
0.
1/2 times -2, okay, is -1. I'm just gonna say, instead of saying multiply by 1/2, I'm gonna say divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 20 divided by 2 is 10. -1 divided by 2 is just -1/2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. -8 divided by 2 is -4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's your answer. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I'm going to do the calculator stuff tomorrow because I need to be able to, like, hold up the iPad and, like, show what's going on my calculator, so it'll just be easier to...
Is that when we like multiply them by each other or something? The matrix.
That's not in this section, that's the next section when we are no longer just basic matrix operations.
Oh.
It's got a whole section to itself to tell you how big of a thing it is.
That's fancy.
So, anyways, we'll finish the section up tomorrow, and then y'all have whatever time is left tomorrow to do that. And like I said, Wednesday will just be watch the notes videos for 3-6 to whatever the rest of the
Even if we're
sections
here?
are. Probably.
But you won't be here, so.
We won't be here.
The thing is, we won't know if we're gonna be here till late.
That's the issue. I'm just gonna say that that's gonna be a finish the problems day and a do the notes day, because that way Thursday I can keep moving and I don't have to keep like teaching the notes because of just how things are falling.
Honestly, just be
So.
like, if you guys do come